fast, but I think after a few years of racing, we all have enough practice of wet conditions, and it's only really a question of conditions being reasonable and not impossible, like we experienced, for instance, here 2-3 years ago. And hopefully this rain will ease up and we have just a wet circuit in which hopefully we can cope and still have a race. But surely in those conditions it becomes a big lottery, the final result, because many unpredictable things can happen.
Nigel, it's an extremely bad circuit for drainage. It holds the water, doesn't it?
Unfortunately, yes, as Ayrton said 2-3 years ago. I mean, that was a horrendous race, and it was just by luck whoever survived the first few laps.
So I guess you're hoping like hell that it's going to blow over and you're going to have a reasonably dry, clean race.
Well, I think the thing is, as long as it doesn't sort of get into rivers, so we can actually have some sort of visibility, we'll be okay. But if it gets as bad as it was a couple of years ago, then it's going to be very difficult.
Now, do you change the cars very much for the wet condition, or do you simply just alter the brake bias in case it does dry up? Or are you going to give something away in front of Ayrton?
I'm going to put 4 holes more wing on, 3 on the front, and change the springs, and I hope Ayrton does the same.
Oh, yeah, you're silly enough to believe that, aren't you?
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? We'll find out afterwards. But, it's the last race. We have the pressure down. There is the Constructor Championship, of course, but really the pressure is a lot lower now. We are going to all try to do as well as we can, but it becomes a real lottery in those conditions, because whoever changed the car settings, how much it changed, and then how developed the conditions will determine the final result. And it's not a predictable race where you go dry, you know the settings, optimal settings for everyone, and then it's a more clear fight. Like this, anything can happen, and anyone can win or can be second or third, and at least the championship is over.
Well, that's what I reckon. I reckon the championship's over. You don't have to worry about points. You don't have to worry about thinking about the championship. In theory, you should be able to just enjoy yourself and get out there and go for it.
No, that's a big mistake. The biggest thing we're going to worry about is staying on the circuit.